it's time to meet the winter sitters or the winter wardens, and some of you out there will have got the hint. Was it 3 weeks ago? Did you know? Yeah. We'll have got the hint to who we're joined by. So I'm going to have a little bit of a waffle for a couple of minutes, and then these two, and I can remember the names, Jeanette. These two are just going to tell a little bit about themselves. So the role of the winter sitter, the winter warden here at the nurseries, is basically somebody to winter sit the site and just sort of have an overview on things. And we've got a cottage to do, like the cottage turnover, and also this year for the first time ever, the nurseries is open all year round. So if you want to come and have a winter break with us, come to the nurseries in Mumby in Lincolnshire. So the pitches we've allocated over winter are all hard standing, and so we can accommodate not only just caravans and camper vans, but also motorhomes. So if you want to come and stay with us, come and stay with us. So we've got Jett and not Jeanette, and we've got Dave, and it's not Killer Dave. And you may have seen this couple on multi-millionaire motorhome, multi-million-pound motorhome.
£1 million.
£1 million motorhome even. But I'm going to let them go and tell more about it, and I'm going to turn the camera off, so I'm off camera and it's only these on camera, and we're going to get stuck in. It's going to be a bit of a longish interview because we're going to do a bit of an up close and personal with the van dwellers, which is how you may know them a little bit better. So I'm going to get off the camera, I'm going to flip the camera around, and we're going to get stuck right in and find out about our winter sitters. You can bribe me with Haribos later. Okay. Hang on a moment. Okay, Jett and Dave, tell us a little bit about yourselves. Not only just your motorhoming, what you've got, but maybe a little bit about your backgrounds and how you've ended up being the van dwellers.
Who'll start?
Yeah, we'll go.
Okay, so yeah, mine's a bit of a varied background, and I'll cut to the chase. I ended up in a very career-driven role. Out and about a lot on the road, high flying, wanting the best house, best car, and then realisation hit.
Best husband.
Yeah, best husband, needed the best husband as well. Realisation hit that life wasn't all about that, and we decided that once the kids went, we were going to do something a bit different, and going out and living full time in a motorhome was our different thing. Now, we did have a plan, and it was a 2-year plan. We come from a place called Bradford. There's no D in the middle of Bradford. And we decided we didn't want to live there anymore. So for 2 years, we were going to go travelling around the UK and Europe in a van and look for our forever place. And we're now 5 years in and still travelling.
Yeah.
Tell them a bit about you.
Used to be a wagon driver, got bored of that, decided to do something a little bit different, and here we are. We've been doing campsite wardens and looking after DA sites for the last few years. This is something
Not everybody will know what a DA site is, Dave.
Alright.
But if you remember the Camping and Caravan Club, then you will know what a DA site is. But basically, Camping and Caravan Club don't just run sites. They have groups that run like little pop-up campsites, and volunteers run them. So for the last couple of years, we've been doing volunteers.
We've got a DA pen. We've got a DA pendant.
You've got a DA pendant in here somewhere.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Right, I don't know. It might be the draw.
But yeah, little local groups in Camping and Caravan Club volunteer and do little pop-up sites that are affordable, usually about a tenner a night. You get the basics, you get somewhere to empty your Elson, you get fresh water, and that's it. And that's what we've been doing for the last couple of years, isn't it?
Yeah. Just to keep us sane.
Because we were too young to retire, weren't we?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And what about when you left work, Dave? What did they do?
Oh, they had a bit of a bet between some of the drivers that I wanted to last in the van with life.
So you've got to bear in mind that Dave and I have been together 23 years, and most of that time he has been a truck driver, and he's left us on a Sunday afternoon and come home on a Friday night.
Tramping.
So I haven't seen much of him, and that's probably why this third marriage has worked so well, right? But at work, they ran a book on how long he would last in a van 24/7 with wife that had never really lived with him full time.
Before I got kicked out. And it's been...
And they all lost. It's 4.5 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
4.5 years. So we're doing all right.
Yeah.
Right, we were just had to stop for a moment. So carry on. You were running a book.
Yeah, running a book, obviously. I think the longest anybody expected were about 3 months, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We were down to days, some maybe hours, but yeah.
Yeah, some more hours.
Yeah, so yeah. Neither of us know how we've done it really, do we?
No. We get on well together, don't we?
Do we?
And doing this bit of something different.
Yeah,
volunteering and stuff is good.
Yeah. I get my free time when Dave goes and cleans the utility and shower block. Don't I love
It's...
So the van, have you had the van since day one?
Ah, right. No, now the van, she comes with a bit of a thing because we decided we wanted to go travelling. We'd always been campers, haven't we? We've got, we're a blended family. We've got 5 kids between us, and the only way we could afford holidays were to go camping. We started off in caravans, and then we got a little camper van, and then we got...
Started off in a tent.
Did I say caravans, didn't I? Yeah. So we started off in a tent.
Yeah.
Then I lusted after a little camper van that only slept 2. And then we got a tiny caravan that only slept 2. Then we got a massive twin axle 6-berth caravan. Yeah. And then none of the kids wanted to come away with us anymore. They all got that old and they didn't want to bother, did they? So we got rid of it. But it was in his blood.
Yeah.
So we decided we would do it again. And got a little transit and decided to do that up. What were wrong with transit, Dave?
I couldn't sleep in it because
it was too short. Dave's 6'3" and he couldn't sleep across in it. Dave couldn't stand up in it. So Jett, had to look for another van.
But someone pinched that one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Pinched it?
Yeah, they pinched it. Honestly, you could not start this van. I had to lift the bonnet and start it under the engine, and at 10:10 one night, coppers rang us and went, "Have you got a transit, blah blah blah?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he went, "Well, it's here and it's on this estate." I went, "No." Looked out my window, it were gone. And clever little beasties had managed to start a van that I could never start. So yeah, but they did that much damage that got written off. But we'd already got another van in the meantime, hadn't we?
Yeah.
So they solved us a problem of having to find somewhere for that to go.
So you cut your DIY skills on that transit, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then you just moved on up to your Martha.
Yeah. Because we'd had brand new before, hadn't we? And they were never perfect. So we decided we were going to kit one out ourselves. And that's what we did. We bought an old bus, didn't we? So anyway, we live in a van called Martha. And Martha used to work for the NHS as a diabetes support vehicle. She used to go from supermarket to supermarket, and people used to call in and get support and advice and information about diabetes. So when she came to us, she came as an empty shell, and then we just got a scrap of caravan and put it all inside, and then started living in her.
And I think you said to me the other day when we were having a chat that it was thanks to YouTube and other van builders and things like that sort of gave you hope and inspiration.
Yeah, the thing is, have absolutely no van build skills whatsoever, but YouTube is an absolute amazing resource. So what I'd do is I'd go and think, right, okay, so today I'm going to install a new bed system. So let's have a look on YouTube and find out about different bed systems. Watch 5 or 6 YouTube videos, have a little play. Next thing you know, we're making a bed, aren't we?
Yeah,
and then
so far we've had how many beds have we had?
We've been in it 5 years and we've had 5 different beds. So we've had banquette beds, we've had L-shaped beds. We decided we didn't like them. We wanted a fixed bed, and then we didn't like the fixed bed, so we had a fixed raised bed. But anyway. Yeah, and then out to install a fridge, out to install lighting, out to install a shower, water system, blown air system, how to install carved hot water. So thank you, YouTube, and all you brilliant content makers out there, because without you, Martha would not exist and we wouldn't be out on the road.
Yeah.
So you're not on YouTube at the moment, but I think we never say never that we may be seeing you on YouTube, but I think you are on Insta.
Yep, we're on Instagram. So we are Martha and the Van Dwellers. You can follow us on there. We'll try and keep you up to date because whilst Neil's away, we'll try and put a little reel out every now and again, just so you don't get upset or worried or concerned about what's happening here at the nurseries. And Neil also gets to see what's happening with his little baby whilst he's away. But yeah, if you want to give us a like, and you'll be able to watch those. I'm sure Neil will put it down in the little bit below as to where you can follow us. And if you wanted to know more, you could scroll back through, see how we built her and where we've been and what we've been doing.
So you have been a breath of fresh air since you landed here at the nurseries, because it just feels like you've been here for months, not a couple of weeks. So how on earth have you ended up? How have you found here?
Well,
You did that.
yeah,
didn't
we just well, you sent a little message out, didn't you? And
So I've done a post on a Facebook group that I run.
A little anonymous post.
It was anonymous as well, actually.
Yeah, a little anonymous post. And we'd been thinking the longest we've done any campsites for is 28 days. And when you've been travelling for 4.5 years, looking for a wild camp spot one day, a campsite another day to go and empty your toilet, get fresh water, it gets a little bit...
it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, it can be stressful. It's not all rainbows and sunsets, is it, van life? It does come with its downs as well as its ups. So we just thought we'd take a few months out and maybe do something a bit longer. So Dave saw this anonymous post. I know I do a lot of the talking, but he doesn't like to talk.
Can't get a word in.
Yeah. So, but he saw this anonymous post that says, "Do you want to come and do a bit of sightseeing for 4 months?" And it sounded absolutely perfect, didn't it? Because over winter we normally commit to running 2 pop-up sites for 2 months. So we'd have a month on, a month off, a month on, a month off. So it didn't seem any hardship to come away for 4 months. No. And then when we found out where it was. Yeah.
I mean, also, it's a little gem, I must admit. You know.
And were you not being paid to say that? Just, I mean,
No.
go.
No,
so obviously,
honestly.
you came here under the pretense, let's come along for a week.
Yeah.
And I think quite literally within 48 hours, you were at home, weren't you? You were at peace with the place.
So we have to be honest, we're not Campsite Warden subscribers, or we weren't Campsite Warden subscribers, we are now. So we didn't really know about the nurseries, we didn't know about Neil. So we came into it totally independent, knew nothing about the area, and just came in within 24 hours, 48 hours of no light pollution, no noise from the roads, and the utter peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Apart from Neil.
Yeah.
Then we were just sold, weren't we?
Yeah.
Can you hear the owls hooting where you are?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit,
Yeah.
It is too, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, the owls hooting. Dave's even set up himself a bird station, so we're sat watching all the tiny little teeny birds. I don't know many names yet, but I'm sure we will. But we definitely got blue ticks.
Fred.
Yeah. Oh, Robin. We've got Robin.
Yeah. John.
Yeah.
You've got the goldfinches, the bullfinches here, the chaffinches here, which is so beautiful. And we unfortunately had a casualty yesterday with something, so I was on a previous vlog, but yeah.
Can't help it, can you? It's nature, isn't it?
And it's also been a baptism of fire for both of us, because like today we've had learning curves. Even I've learned things today. So we've had power cuts, we've had plumbing issues, we've been moving pitches around, we've had flooded pitches, non-flooded pitches.
Yeah.
You've had it all, haven't you?
Yeah, in 3 weeks we've had absolutely everything, haven't we? I mean, like yesterday we had the septic tank, today we've had power cuts.
So it's been a
pitch
baptism of
removals.
fire.
Yeah.
Right.
It has.
Quite a good baptism of fire.
People couldn't get out because the electric went off, and we've got an electric barrier, so we had to obviously find a way to raise the barrier. So yeah, all exciting stuff. Whilst Neil were giving it big sets in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
So the learning curve, as I say, I mean, yesterday was really exciting. That septic tank, getting our heads down there, wasn't that brilliant? Wasn't it?
Morbid curiosity.
No.
I love that.
But obviously, I enjoy learning on the job. Right? I'm not one for reading or being taught, but obviously, we've learned about immersion heaters.
Oh yeah,
Which we didn't know about. So
definitely, yeah.
thank you, Craig, who's with us for a few days doing some bits.
Absolutely. Who knew that when you're in somewhere like Lincolnshire, so rural, they put these oil systems in, but then they put normal house backup systems in. So they have immersion heaters that only kick in when your oil system backfires. So who needs an immersion system?
Also, that's been a bit of a different angle for it as well, because we don't. I suppose where you come from as well, Neil. You know,
We've been really urban, haven't we?
Urban.
we don't know about all these oil systems and stuff, but
Septic tanks,
We're
oil
learning.
systems,
we're learning.
tractors. What's that about?
We've got 2 septic tanks, not 1.
Yeah.
2 septic tanks.
which is it's
One
good
of
to
them
know.
had 3,500 litres of stuff taken out of it yesterday.
Nice.
Gallons, not litres. Yeah,
Nice.
that were a lot.
And obviously, with the electrics, like today was a complete a challenge.
Yeah, well, you know, when you've got sort of like a reception cafe block and you've got other blocks and you've got a site and you've got a cottage, they've all got different electrical systems, they've all got different fuse boxes, they're all linked together and one trips, and it might just be one unit or it might be the whole site like it was today.
And something's happened in my office as well, hasn't it, Jett? It's now tidy.
Yeah. I don't know whether he actually shows you in there. I know he sits there sometimes and you get to see behind him and look at a nice tidy wall. But yeah, it's really tidy in there now.
But I knew where everything was.
Yeah.
We will have a quick look at mine. And we will have a look at Jett's desk because it is very organised and very tidy. Where mine was post-it notes here, post-it notes, more post-it notes, more notes.
But it was a system that we could follow. I could follow you, you could follow me.
Well, I said, ironically enough, we have got quite a lot of similarities in actual fact with the way that our minds work with note taking and writing things down and keeping notes and sub notes and everything. It's we actually work very similar. And Dave, you Mr. Muscle. Now then, so come on. Some of the things you've helped me with have been remarkable. So I know you can't see me here. So the other day we were moving some paving stones, and I had a 2x2, and I've got all my strength. And then there was a couple about twice the weight, twice the size, and Dave's got 2 of them under his arms as if they were a bit 2 loaves of bread. I mean, you're a strong, hefty guy, aren't you?
Well, if I can get hold of it, I can pick it up and take it.
And then
I'm not built for knackers yard yet.
And then I think one of the most challenging ones was we moved what we thought was going to be quite a simple job, a little bit of astroturf, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah, that were a right old mission. Yeah, I wouldn't like to do that again.
And you supervised that, didn't you?
Oh, I supervise it, yeah.
Things like
What happened?
Yeah, go on. What
I
happened?
don't know. Someone put the car in the wrong place, couldn't go on grass and got stuck and all sorts.
But fortunately, we managed with Dave's brute force and physical strength, managed to get pushed out of that, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, that was a challenge, wasn't it?
Good fun, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good bit of fun.
And the thing that I've really enjoyed, obviously the campsite's really quiet. I mean, we've been blissfully quiet at the minute, but obviously you two work as a fantastic team. As far as like the check-ins that I've seen you doing, so Jett does the admin and blah 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 blah, and then you physically walk up and do the sighting. How are you finding that here?
It usually works that way. You say, well, when we do other bits, don't you? You do all the mental stuff, and I do the physical stuff. I get wet a lot.
Yeah, you get wet a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to stay nice and warm and dry.
And I get wet a lot. Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, sometimes.
People that know this,
Sometimes.
know us and are watching this.
Sometimes.
Yeah, Jett never gets wet. She never gets dirty.
Well.
She never gets face planted in mud. No. No.
And obviously, because while you've been here, we've had 1 or 2 wet days because it always rains here at the nurseries.
It never rains here at the nurseries, Neil.
No.
I've heard it never rains here at nurseries.
But
that was one of the reasons we came here, because you said it never rains at the nurseries.
But what I've done was I turned the water on for you so you could familiarise yourselves with the pitches that flood. I mean, you can't see outside today, but it's a beautiful day. There's not a cloud in the sky.
No, that's beautiful.
So you've now identified what pitches are what, and which pitches are suitable for long motorhomes, short motorhomes. familiarising yourself with our seasonal area.
That was really, really kind of you, because to be fair, it's really helped us identify where there might be, a little bit of struggle with a bit of frost and snow.
And Jett being Jett, she's done a little map and stuff and put everything down, where water is and where it water in. And
so at one stage you were on pitch 19, was it pitch? Sorry, pitch 9, wasn't it? I can't remember.
19,
yeah. And great pitch in the middle of the island. You can see the whole site. What was that like when it rained?
Absolutely, yeah. This
lovely site, but
lovely pitch.
We were sinking slowly, weren't we?
Yeah.
You were marooned on your little island without a drawbridge.
I think,
Pitch 19 is a little island in the middle of the touring area.
I think someone did that on purpose.
I think Neil wanted us to be, have a proper baptism there, didn't he?
Any pitch he could have given us, and he gave us 19.
So, and it was literally
never
rains at the nurseries. You come out in the morning and you actually are walking through 1 inch of water to get to gravel.
I did go on an online shop and order a snorkel and some flippers.
There are 2 little rubber ducks in the office if you ever just want to have a duck race.
Yeah.
And obviously you've met, obviously we're really quiet on the touring side, but obviously with the seasonal side and the touring side, you met people, and aren't the people here like so nice and
so lovely and friendly? Yeah. But we're lucky because we're not Southerners, so we're used to it. We have Southern people that tell us. But when obviously there's no wrong with Southern people, but they just don't talk, do they? They don't chatter. You go to the supermarket and it's like...
they're very quick.
You go to the supermarket a little bit further north and people are like, oh, hello, how are you? Isn't it nice today? And what are you going to be doing later? Oh, what are you cooking with your pork?
I've never had any.
Yeah, well, you never go into the supermarket, do you?
Well,
sorry, we had some a chicken kebab from Lidl yesterday. What was that like?
That was absolutely amazing. So Neil reckons there was too much for him, and I have to admit it was absolutely huge, humongous, and it was gorgeous. I mean, I like to scratch cook, but that was beautiful.
Really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, highly recommend the Lidl King Kebab Peri Peri.
Yeah. So
cooked by Neil.
Well, I loved it in the oven, so that's all I did. But I keep going on about this, but that's my really camp. If you're a camper, you got a motorhome, you want something quick and easy, you can put in the oven, you can graze on that, can't you? Slice it off. Well, I want to say a huge thank you because, as I say, it's been so nice for me to feel under a lot less pressure than I've been all over summer. As I say, I'm not patronising when I say you've both been a breath of fresh air, and you've just taken a whole initiative and a lead on many things, and somewhat got very organised. And I just want to give an amazing thank you.
Thank you. We've learnt a lot whilst we've been here, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've certainly learnt a lot about you, and we've certainly a lot about the area, and I know you absolutely love Haribo, but who doesn't like Haribo, to be fair?
Well, I'm going to be moving to Lincolnshire at some stage. I've got something to announce, not yet, but I'm going to be moving to Lincolnshire.
Yeah, I know you want to move to Lincolnshire, so in anticipation of that, did you know what they call a person that resides in Lincolnshire?
So I have been told, because I didn't know this until earlier this year, I can't remember, it'd be yellow bellies.
They are. They're called yellow bellies. And look what I found in a shop. These are Haribo yellow bellies. And obviously when I went in the shop, I saw this and thought of you moment, laughed out loud, and they're for you.
So at that point, and at that moment, I want to say once again, it's been fantastic. I feel like I've known you for ages. I really do feel like, seriously, I'm not just saying that. It's been, we hit it off straight away, and brilliant. And I want to wish you a fantastic winter. And as I say, I'm going to be leaving in a week or whatever.
And we hope to look after it really well.
You'll be fine. I've got every
your baby. And anybody that wants to come and see us, come and see us.
Yeah. Open all year. We've got quite a lot on at Christmas. It's like 2 weeks of
Christmas
busy.
and New Year, but we've still got a few spaces left if you
so
fancy joining us.
Limited at Christmas and New Year. Sorry, before we go as well, so You've also got some furry friends that live with you.
We
Come on,
have-
give a
we're
shout out to your furry
Right,
friends.
okay, so we're not the only van dwellers. We come as a pack. So we've got a furry feline friend. So if you visit, you'll see Smudge wandering around the site. And then we've also
The Smudge is a
got
cat, isn't she?
Smudge is a cat.
And she
yeah.
free ranges.
She free ranges. She absolutely loves van life. And everybody always says, well, people say, doesn't she wander off?
I say we get another one.
Yeah, number of times I'm so bored after 5 years. I hear somebody say, "Don't you want another one?" And look who's just turned up. Hello, Bobby. Hiya. So this is another van dweller. He's our one dog too many. Yes, he is. And he's got 2 older doggy brothers called Buster and Nipper. That's right. Isn't it? And they're not here right now. So Buster and Nipper are a bit older. They're a bit like Rasher. They like to stay in the van. But yeah, you might see quite a bit of Bobby. You might even think if you were here that we only have one dog because the other 2 are a bit like Rasher and like to stay inside.
And has Smudge bought you any presents, little furry presents yet?
Yeah, we get a few little furry presents. We
Yeah.
haven't got any feathered presents, which I'm really pleased about, but we're getting a variety of furry ones, aren't we? Sort of like from mices down to little voles, and yeah. I hate nature.
She's a killer cat.
She's a killer cat. She could work with Killer Dave.
He needs one of them, doesn't he? Instead of a ferret, he could have a cat.
That's it. And the dog's a bit of a ratter.
Dog like.
Yeah.
I could hire him out.
Yeah.
Killer Dave. Killer Dave and the Van Dweller Animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Right, so if you're watching this, you've not already done so, do like the video down there below, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and do you want to say this dog's crazy? Do you want to say goodbye to everybody to finish this little vlog off?
Well, we'll say ta-ra for now, but
Yeah, ta-ra for now.
hopefully we'll be welcoming you to the nurseries.
Yeah. Like and subscribe to us too.